5 minutes from now, you're going to have a whole new perspective on work, a perspective that will have you asking a question that you've never thought of asking. This all started over dinner with some friends, all echoing the same thing. Thank God it's Friday. At first glance, everything seemed fine, but underneath the surface, I could see a problem. And this problem is happening all around the world and isn't going to be solved overnight. On that Friday night over dinner, it got a hold of my friend Sam. He was unhappy at work. The problem was so big in his mind that he couldn't see an end or solution to it. So before our meal came, I asked Sam, "What's the matter?" He told me that work was a struggle. It was a struggle to feel motivated, and it was a struggle to feel progression. All the while, he was just counting down the minutes until he could leave. But he told me that it wasn't always like this when he started. When he started, it was fun, exciting. He was learning new things. He could see himself growing. But now, he just finds himself wanting to escape. And he asks himself, how the hell did this all happen? How did it happen? And he continued to tell me that now he does the bare minimum at work without getting fired, all the while wishing that Friday would come sooner. Unfortunately, Sam is not alone in this position. Do you know anyone that's been in this position like my friend? Or you yourself been in this position? I knew after dinner that I wanted to help my friend Sam. So I looked into workplace unhappiness. What was the cause of it? And I found some really sad statistics. The first one being that 70% of employees are disengaged at work. And not seeing progression is the biggest cause of depression in the workplace. So look at the 4 people closest to you right now in this room. Chances are one of you is depressed about work. But I knew that there had to be a better way. What about the great places to work? What are they doing differently from the rest of the workplaces? There's got to be a reason. And that's when I stumbled across a quote by Mary Poppins. And it goes like this. In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap, the job's a game. So this gave me a clue into what made great places to work different from any other workplace. And it spawned a whole new question. What if work was a game? What would it look like? If disengagement and not seeing progress was the biggest cause of workplace unhappiness, gamifying the workplace could actually change all that. So that made me think back to Sam's situation. What if Sam's workplace was like a game? What would it look like? Well, firstly, he would have clear and compelling goals. If work was a game, you would know how you were doing every step of the way. If work was like a game, Sam would be challenged just enough to keep things interesting. If work was a game, he would be able to learn new skills, drive his own objectives. If work was a game, it would allow him to level up. If work was a game, it wouldn't just reward Sam with money, but with recognition. If work was a game, it would make Sam a hero, to know that he's actually made a difference in his workplace. So is any of this possible? Well, of course. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. And all the best places to work are doing this right now. And you can gamify any activity. For example, recruitment. Instead of having one-on-one interviews, bring all the prospects in at the one time and make it into an open competition. And now is the time for us to revolutionize the workplace. Because by 2020, 50% of the workforce will be made up of millennials. These are individuals that were born to game. They were brought up by PlayStation, by Wii, by Angry Birds, Farmville, Diablo 3. Who better to maximize workplace gamification than these individuals, along with Generation X and Y? So where can we start in gamifying our workplace? Well, just look at any activity and see if you can assign a point system, a badge system, titles, levels, some individual and team competition. This leads me back to Mary Poppins' quote of finding the fun and making work more like a game. I challenge you to find the fun in your workplace and make it more like a game. Because my hope is not just for Sam, but for the millions of people around the world that are unhappy at work, to switch from saying, thank God it's Friday, to thank God it's Monday, because work should be a place of happiness, success, and fun. And it can be done by gamifying the workplace. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Irene Lee.